I sound much better. I feel better. I mean, you're farting. You're farting in a confined space.
Sorry.
What have you been? What is your what? What? Like, is this? I had chili and tacos the last 2 nights.
No, I'm just a gassy guy. You know that. We haven't hung out in a couple of years.
I don't smell it.
I eat a lot better, so
yeah.
I think that helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Married life has done my body good.
I sound better. I feel better. I didn't feel bad before, but I was like, even if you're no longer sick, it's below. You're looking the one you're looking for, the book that you're taking off my shelf to use as a
buffer, because that
doesn't work. Anyways, if you drop things, it's still going to. Hello and welcome back to the show where audio files. This is like the worst. This is ASMR from hell, is what this is. ASMR from hell. I apologize immensely for anyone who's listening with headphones. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men Podcast.
We are the B team.
That's Carl.
And that over there is Brady.
And we're back and we're talking about the news again.
Yeah, and Brady's going to be just as anal about sound as he always is.
You can't listen.
But you know what? The listeners. I'm sure they appreciate you.
Within the first 2 minutes of the podcast, you can't fart and then use the word anal.
What did I say? Yes, I did say anal. Like in a different context, I used the word anal.
You need a bigger buffer zone.
Bigger spread.
Now you can't say that either. Now you're compounding the issue. All right. Before we jump into our news topics for today, and we have quite a bit to talk about, some really exciting things, some really interesting things, and some stuff for Carl and I to speculate on, which are some of my favorite topics that we do. I don't know about you.
Yeah, sure.
You don't know what I said? You weren't listening?
I was thinking about what I got to do.
I like the news topics that result in the opportunity for you and I to speculate. For us to kind of go,
kind of dream
where might they go with this? Yeah, kind of, Before we get into all of that.
Speaking of that, just real quick, before I forget it, I think this is good. Because we speculated about like the DC casting.
Right.
Well, we're getting closer and closer to mutants being in the MCU.
Yeah.
Mutants being X-Men.
You want to start?
We could cast the X-Men.
So you know what's really interesting? In the you and I don't do the what did you watch this week thing, but I can tell you right now, I'll spoil it for you right now. Since Pete and I last recorded, since Pete last asked me, in this order, I have watched X-Men First Class, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men 2, X-Men The Last Stand, The Wolverine, Days of Future Past, and X-Men Apocalypse.
Are you gearing up for Deadpool?
Well, kind of, and just Brienne had never seen them, had never seen all of them.
I'm acting surprised, but then it hits me that I
showed you
you showed
timeline.
me a timeline.
So we're up to we've now seen X-Men Age of Apocalypse.
Because you had it all written out because you're not watching them in release order.
No, we're watching them in like
a chainsaw timeline order. Yeah.
So we were going through the timeline, and then we hit Days of Future Past, and Days of Future Past kind of reset everything.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this, because the ongoing thing forever and ever is, the time, it's like continuity, like they don't even, like it doesn't, nothing. There have been two moments where something didn't quite line up or make a ton of sense.
Right.
One of them, Brienne and I had a quick little fan powwow, fan theorizing, and quickly came up with a very simple explanation, something that it was a stretch. Yeah, it was a stretch, but
this could have happened behind the scenes to make this make sense.
Well, yeah. So basically, I'll tell you what because these are old films. So basically, what it was you at the end of First Class, you see James McAvoy's Charles get paralyzed from the bullet being deflected by Magneto.
Right.
Right? So in 1962 or early 60s, that's when he gets paralyzed. Then at the end of not the end of Days of Future Past, the end of X-Men Origins Wolverine, you see a slightly de-aged Patrick Stewart, now in 1985. They're in the jet, they're, rescuing all of the mutants off that island or whatever, and, taking away the whole, completely ignoring the whole, well, it's only been 25 years and he went from McAvoy to Stewart. Yeah, it kind of works. Like, he's de-aged and the difference of hair and not hair. But Patrick Stewart in that scene is standing. And so that was like a,
Yeah.
how do we, and we started theorizing, and Brienne actually very quickly came up with, well, maybe because we don't see, up until this point in this timeline, we haven't seen anything else between the 60s when he, when this happens, and this point now where he doesn't have, where he's standing in 85. Maybe it took him a really long time to just come to terms with the fact that he was paralyzed. And maybe, now, you can't do the whole he's taking the injections that's taking away his powers but giving him his legs, because he does some mental stuff in this ending scene, so clearly he's got his mental powers. But maybe in that timeline, maybe that iteration, he either had some sort of a device, or he had that he was wearing under his suit that was kind of holding him up. Kind of like what Rhodey has, right? Yeah. Or something like that, maybe, or some sort of...
Maybe Jean Grey's on the jet, closing her eyes and her hands extended, making it look like he can stand, so people are...
freaked out.
Well, not free, he's saving people from a prison. They want to be comforted and know that somebody strong and capable is saving
whatever it is.
Wheelchair.
But we're and maybe it's
that a little bit.
Maybe it's whatever he's doing to maybe it's coming at a cost, right?
Right.
Maybe it's causing his spine to, it's actually doing damage, right? It's causing his spine to deteriorate further, whatever. So that was a really easy to explain away kind of thing. We're like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe he just hasn't come to terms with it yet.
He's a powerful psychic, or maybe he's just mentally projecting an image for people to see.
And then when we get back to it, and it still all checks out, because then Wolverine goes back to 73, about 10 years after he lost his legs, and we meet a Charles who is doing something in order to have the use of his legs back. And so it all kind of, it all worked, right? The only one that we kind of had to brush aside so far and just be like, they were made out of order, just pretend it, is a flashback to when Charles and Eric in The Last Stand, there's a flashback where Charles and Eric go to a young Jean's house and meet her and Charles is walking. And at that point we're like, I don't know.
There's no two ways about that one.
Yeah, I don't know what to, I don't know. So anyways, listen, before we go any further, but I agree. Yes, let's do the X-Men casting. Yeah, hands down. We'll have to determine, because we could be here all damn day.
The X-Men is a very large...
You're like, well, I narrowed it down to 100 X-Men, right? It's not... Before we go any further, you and I had set a precedent. You, in this next segment that you're about to do, right, where you come to me with a news story from around the world, you give me 3 options, I get to pick one, and then we talk about it. Now, a while back, several months ago, could even be 6 months ago, I don't know, you presented this story about how Coca-Cola was coming out with, they had used AI to determine what Coke would taste like 100 years from now.
3000.
In the year 3000. Or not 100 years from now. It'd be,
just under 1,000.
Just under 1,000, 990, something. Whatever. And then we got it, and we tasted it, and blah, blah, blah. Now, you came over, and I grabbed you a glass of water, and I grabbed myself
96.
a can of Coke Zero out of the fridge. But it's not just Coke Zero. It's the new Coca-Cola spiced. And
which smells fruity.
It is spiced raspberry. So it's raspberry.
So you've drank this and I haven't yet.
Yeah, well, it's
not fair.
It's like it's in my fridge. I drink it. So anyways, I've poured a little bit in a glass for you because we are now apparently also Coca-Cola men.
It doesn't even taste like Coca-Cola.
No, but it's nice. Isn't that nice?
It's kind of fruity like the 3000.
It's got like a raspberry thing, but then also I don't know if it's cloves or if it's ginger or what it is. There's a couple different spices going on.
It doesn't have that nasty aftertaste Coke usually has.
And would you believe that's zero sugar? No, because you're not getting that like aspartame thing either.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not bad.
It's nice. It's nice.
I'd say that's nicer than the 3000.
Yeah.
And it's better than normal Coke for sure.
Yeah. It reminds me of, so apparently now we are Coca-Cola man, and it reminds me of
and this is the Coca-Cola podcast.
Well, it reminds me of the movie Walk the Line, where Johnny Cash is in the prison and he's about to go on and do the Folsom Prison live recording, and there's a glass of like yellowy brown water, right? And Johnny's just like disgusted with the living conditions inside the prison. And he looks at the warden and he says, "Warden, you drink this here yellow water?" And the warden looks at me at Johnny and goes, "Oh no, I'm a Coca-Cola man." That's us now. We're now, every time Coke comes out with a new flavor, we'll be here.
This is the thing. Apparently.
We'll be here. All right, hit me with 3 news stories.
All right, 3. Well,
preferably something
ones.
About Dr. Pepper or Pepsi.
Nothing about that. No. Oh shoot. Where'd my thing go? I had it up.
Hey,
now it's gone.
That's something you're gonna have to look for on your own time. I can't help with that.
All right, here we go. Ready?
All right, sure.
Option 1.
Yeah.
An energy drink conundrum.
Oh.
So, kind of, not quite kind of.
No, but I'm an energy drink guy.
Option 2, police rats high on evidence.
Okay.
And then the highest of fine dining.
No, I got it. Energy drinks.
Okay.
Energy drinks, 110%.
All right. So, as per usual, go through the other 2 real quick. All right. So these 2 private space companies are teaming up to offer you and other individual private citizens an opportunity to dine in space.
Okay.
Yeah. For the low cost of $500,000.
Thanks, Elon.
Elon's not one of them, but yeah. All right. Police rats. I'm not talking about like police informants here either.
No, I'm assuming these are, can I assume? I assume these are rats that are like trained to sniff out drugs and shit.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
A New Orleans police department. One of the oldest police stations in New Orleans. It's got a rat problem, and they're eating all the marijuana in the lockup. And it's more. The article's touches a little bit on that, but it's more on like the fact that this police station is old and needs to be updated.
So I guess recreational consumption is illegal in the state of Louisiana. So it's they don't have
in most places. There's only like 2 states it's legal in.
Yeah.
Colorado and one other place.
Dude, but would you not think that New Orleans, like even if it wasn't all of Louisiana?
I mean, I'm sure the police look the other way quite a bit, especially around Mardi Gras.
I was going to say
Mardi Gras. I said
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Right?
but
it's literally
the rest of the year they're cracking down on it just like any other place.
It's the Take Your Boobs Out for Beads festival.
Yeah.
And they're going to crack down on a little wacky tobacco. Like I don't. But anyways, sounds like the rats are taking care of it. Energy drink me.
So you chose the energy drink
caffeine.
I'll read the headline here for you. New study.
Yeah.
College students should avoid this popular drink to improve their sleep quality.
That's most energy drinks.
They're talking about energy drinks as this popular drink.
Oh, okay.
They're talking about like all energy drinks.
Well, no shit. I'm sorry. Is the news story you're coming to me with right now that caffeine makes it hard to sleep?
Yeah. So it's the study indicates that consuming energy drinks is linked to poor sleep and insomnia, and more frequent consumption leads to greater sleep disturbances. Reducing energy drink intake can improve sleep quality in the demographic.
April of 2022. Was my week of the final week of my final semester of college, because I went back and did school like in my late 20s, and that week there was a 7-day stretch where over that 7-day stretch I got about a total of 10 hours of sleep for the entire 7 days.
Yeah.
And I was consuming close to 800 milligrams of caffeine a day. And on the 7th day, I rested. No, on the 7th day, I was hallucinating. I started hallucinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad, dude.
So it's no secret. Like, there's been enough studies done on energy drinks that they're not great for you. This isn't really much of a surprise. It's kind of like a no shit Sherlock kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's another kind of, for me, it should be like another nail in the coffin of energy drinks, but unfortunately it won't be because people like them so.
Yeah.
But the implications of this, and it's a pretty long article because they go pretty in depth into the study. So I didn't read all of it, but I would assume if it's not in here in the study, but it could be easily kind of inferred.
Sure.
That would also lead to a lot of other things, right? Lack of sleep is a big component of depression.
Oh, your mood, your everything.
Right?
Yeah.
So
sexual performance.
Yep. So yeah, so energy drink bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, it's like caffeine is stops the production of the dopamine. I think not dopamine. Dopamine's the happy drug.
I think caffeine gives you dopamine.
Yeah, it stops
serotonin.
Serotonin is the chemical your brain creates to make you sleepy.
Oh, melatonin.
That's it. I'm a doctor.
Yeah. What's serotonin?
But yeah, it prevents your body from making that chemical. And then, so like if you drink coffee in the morning, it kind of suppresses that, and if you drink too much, then it kind of, it's not that your body stops producing it. It's more that it stops releasing it.
Right.
It's more like a dam.
It's a blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, man, like, that's not good for your brain.
No, and I'm now down to, I used, like, as a teenager,
Yeah.
right, I would drink my favorite energy drink,
yeah.
and I swear
And as
I
a
would
teenager, it'd be even worse for you.
I would sell my left testicle if I could get a case.
This is why he only has one, people.
No, so I wish I only had one, because that would mean I'd made this transaction.
Well, he's still got his left. He's lost his right.
For a case, I'd sell my last testicle for a case of lightning blue Jolt energy. Remember, they came in like, it was the tall can.
Yeah.
And it had
they're mostly all tall cans except for Red Bull still.
Yeah, but it had the twist off top.
Oh, did it?
And it would go boom when you like it. Just the thing it was so pressurized and so much caffeine and so much sugar. Amazing. Now I'm down to, I only drink the sugar-free energy drinks. And only when
it's the caffeine in them that's bad.
No, I know. And shut up. And only when I go, oh shit, a new flavor. And then I'll get it and try it, and then I'm done.
So it's not even like a once a week.
I don't know. It's like once every 6 months type of thing now.
I'm pretty sure I remember reading in this article that like even like what is it? 2 to 3 times a month. Students were asked how often they drank energy drinks with the response options of daily, weekly.
Oh yeah, but they lie. There's no way they're not lying.
But they kind of go into, I would hope they don't lie for the test for this. But anyway, I'm pretty sure somewhere in here they talk about even like a weekly kind of hit of an energy drink isn't great.
Dude, everybody lies on tests that involve their health. Everyone wants to come across as healthier. People lie to their doctor, right? People who you don't even need to be embarrassed by your habits or the things you do. Like, if you were a teenager, right? Think back to being a teenager.
Right? It's a long time ago.
You're like say you're like 16, 17 years old, and you're sitting there in your family doctor's office, right? The guy who literally, he's seen it all, he's heard it all, whatever. And your family doctor looks at you and says, Carl, how many times a week do you masturbate? I guarantee you the number you're giving him is significantly.
My mom in the room at the time?
No, it's just you, but it's significantly south of, you're giving an answer that is like still admitting that you do it, but you're also like, well, I don't want to say 30. 30 seems like too much, so I'm gonna.
No, I'm a good pew shitting Baptist boy. I don't do that.
Let's jump into our news for today. Kicking things off, there was a CW DC verse. Remember that? Called the Arrowverse?
Yep.
It's done now. Only within the last couple of years. It kind of, first we had...
I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched much of it. I've seen a few Arrow episodes. I watched the first 5 or 6 episodes of both Supergirl and Flash.
Right. Brianne and I, at one point, and then we stopped, and we're like, for a long time now, we've wanted to get back into it, but it's like, it's been so long, and it was such a, it was such a complicated friggin' web of thing. We'd found a list of how to watch the Arrowverse in chronological order.
Okay.
And so it starts off with just like 2 seasons of Arrow, but then you start jumping back and forth between episodes of Arrow and Flash, and then as more at a certain point,
I started watching the Flash and Supergirl, and then I realized, oh man, I'm gonna have to watch all this other crap.
Right. So at a certain point,
I'm done.
We were cycling through multiple, it'd be like 6 shows on the go at once, right? So we were watching Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning. We had watched Freedom Fighters.
Black Lightning included in that.
I've
seen
was
a few episodes of Black Lightning.
Yeah, and then there was a 1 season 8 episode.
Black Lightning, even though he's a pretty cool character in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Static Shock would have been a cooler show.
I don't know. But there was a Constantine show.
Wait, do you know who Static Shock is?
I do.
Did you watch the cartoon?
No. Oh, man. There was a Constantine show. Birds of Prey, I think, was a part of it.
Was it a Constantine show?
There was.
Who played Constantine?
His name, and then he was reoccurring, like he would appear in all the. Matt Ryan played Constantine, and it was great. It was a great show, and then he would show up periodically throughout the rest of the Arrowverse. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Dang, that dude looks just like comic book Constantine,
right?
That's awesome.
You're looking at a picture of him as Constantine? Yeah, it was great.
That's freaking great.
It's a great show.
I like Keanu Reeves in the movie, but.
Yeah,
he doesn't look anything like Constantine from the comics.
So, anyways, even if you weren't big into the Arrowverse, there's a chance that you were still watching the Flash show, because the Flash show was kind of the one that was like the entry point, even though it wasn't the OG, because it was the Arrowverse. It was about Arrow.
It started with Arrow.
The Flash was the show that a lot of people, even if you weren't watching any of the other shows, a lot of people were watching Flash at one point. People really liked that show.
Yeah.
And it started out great. And the standout in that show, obviously, was Grant Gustin, the guy playing
the
Flash. And when all of the stuff with Ezra Miller started, and it looked like we were going to need to replace the Flash. This is pre-knowing that the DCEU was coming to an end. Everything was still going to continue on. We were probably going to get another Justice League movie someday, so on and so forth. It was looking like with all the controversy, Ezra's probably out. And a lot of fans were going, replace him with Grant Gustin, right? Because the Flash,
already doing it.
The Flash show was wrapping up, and they're like, the guy's available. Like, come on. Ezra had shown up in one of the DC Crisis on Infinite Earth type crossover events.
Yeah, because
in the Arrowverse,
all those shows crossed over, and I do remember
once a season
seeing or hearing about. I definitely seen something on social media.
Yeah, Ezra showed up.
A bunch of Flashes on screen.
Oh yeah,
like they brought the old TV show Flash in.
Ezra showed up, and not Henry Cavill. Tom Welling from Smallville showed up as Clark, and Kevin Conroy played a live-action Bruce Wayne, and it was just like it was fangasm a little bit. And everyone
it was member time
mayhem, yeah. And everyone wanted
That's a better word, member berry mayhem.
A lot of people wanted Grant Gustin, and I remember saying at the time, not that it was up to me, but I remember saying, no. Here's the thing. I don't like it. I love Grant Gustin's Flash. Grant Gustin makes a great TV show CW universe Flash. I didn't think Grant Gustin would work on the big screen as the Flash. Right? I didn't think Grant Gustin's Flash was going to fit into...
He wasn't good enough for you.
No, and no, it's not even just that. It was just a much different tone. He was
the worst Flash you ever seen.
Shut up. I have the ability to mute your microphone. And I was kind of surprised.
The ability to reach across the table and slap.
I was kind of surprised that Grant Gustin didn't show up in the Flash movie because we were doing all that multiverse stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But he didn't show up, whatever. Well, James Gunn took to social media. He was on Threads. Was it on Threads? Everyone's on Threads now.
What's Threads?
I keep getting invites. So-and-so wants to show you what they have on Threads. I don't know.
What is Threads?
Threads.
I'm a youth worker. I'm pretty sure youth don't use Threads.
Yeah, I bet you they do because it's connected to Instagram. It's like an offshoot part of Instagram or something. I'm showing my age here. What is Threads? We're so off topic today. We're really struggling. Threads. So it's through Meta. So that's Instagram, Facebook, but the kids aren't on Facebook. So Threads is an online social media and social network. All the kids use Instagram.
Snapchat.
Well, yes.
Snapchat.
Yeah, but for for watching, a lot more of them are on Instagram right now than they are on TikTok. Right? For the reels and stuff like that, for consuming content.
Yeah.
Because you can't really consume as much content on Snapchat. It's just that's more of a messaging app.
Yeah.
Anyways, James Gunn, someone had tweeted at or messaged or tagged James Gunn, who is notorious for responding to people on social media.
Dude can't keep his mouth shut.
And they had tagged him and said, please cast Grant Gustin as one of the heroes in the DCU. Such great actor, all his talent is going to waste. James Gunn responded, Grant is an incredibly talented guy performing on Broadway, I believe, and is absolutely not going to waste just because he's not currently in a DC project. But of course, I'd love to work with him at some point. Now, the internet's exploding, and dum-dums who live in their mother's basements are going, that's it, James Gunn said that Grant Gustin's going to be the new Flash. To which I say, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
You got to cut those guys a break, man. You're too hard on them.
Well,
they can dream.
But when you talk like that.
You talk like that.
I'm excited. He's going to be the new Flash. That's not what James Gunn said, and I guarantee you, Grant Gustin is not the DCU's new Flash.
No,
it's not going to happen.
But there could be a cameo,
or he could just play someone entirely different. Now, picture Grant Gustin in your head. Can you picture him?
Not really, but
look him up. You got a phone in front of you. You're looking up all kinds of other pictures. Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin. All right, I got a picture of Grant Gustin. Ooh, good looking beard.
Good looking guy, right? Yeah,
not even a Flash picture, huh?
Right. I
like that beard.
Now find a picture of him without the beard.
Why? I like that one.
Because what I'm about to tell you.
Okay, I got a picture without. Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is James Gunn's DCU.
Okay, good.
Which means we're going to get odd characters and whatever.
Hit me.
Plastic Man. Totally a character that James Gunn would do. And totally a character that Grant Gustin could play. He has a look. Plastic Man.
We could see that.
Yeah? Anyways, Carl, what are your thoughts? Grant Gustin... James Gunn hasn't even confirmed that Grant Gustin is going to be in the DCU. He's just saying that he would love to work with him at some point. Do you think that Grant Gustin will appear at some point in the DCU? And do you think he's going to be our new Flash?
Well, he's not going to be Flash, obviously. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
But
maybe John Krasinski will be. No, I'm just kidding.
No, John Krasinski's going to be Plastic Man.
That could work.
That could work. That would be so funny. Oh my goodness.
It'd be so great.
Go from one stretchy man to the next.
No, you know who they'll probably cast as Plastic Man? Pedro Pascal. No, I'm just All right. Anyways, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. If he's saying he'd like to work with him, it definitely kind of means he's on James Gunn's radar to some degree.
Which I'd love to be.
Which
it's a great sponsor.
Yeah. You know. So he'll probably be in conversation with him about something at some point.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, moving on. But sticking with James Gunn. Now, there was a lot of crap in the DCEU. Some of the standout good things were Wonder Woman. The first Wonder Woman was excellent. Obviously, a lot of people had a lot of respect for Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really liked the first Shazam.
Yeah, so did I.
Thought it was good. Shazam 2 was not so great.
No.
Black Adam was not amazing. It was entertaining. It was fun. But it was not a great movie.
Dated.
But it was not a great movie.
It felt dated for being a new film when it came out.
Wonder Woman 84 sucked the big one.
Yes.
It was really bad.
Yep.
Batman v Superman, I don't hate it the way that a lot of other people hate it, but you know, it had its issues. The whatever the ultimate cut or whatever they call that.
The Doomsday thing was really bad.
The director's cut. There's a better director's cut that adds a bunch more stuff in it. But yeah, it is what it is. I think not the most underrated superhero film of all time, but up there in the discussion of super underrated comic book films is Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel is a great film.
Yeah,
and it's a personal thing. I really like it.
First Aquaman was good too.
Aquaman, really, people really like that. The first Suicide Squad, I don't dislike the way everyone else does. I didn't even hate Jared Leto as Joker, but Enchantress was a hot mess.
They did Enchantress dirty too, because she should have been as scary as all get out antagonist.
She should have been scarier than waving her arms in the air going, oogity boogity boogity boo. And that's all she did.
Yeah.
The second Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
That thing was great.
That was great. And a show, possibly the greatest thing, the best received thing, the hottest thing that the DCEU did was a thing that when it was announced, I thought to myself, what?
The Flash.
What are you doing?
Was it the Flash movie?
No, it was the show Peacemaker. People loved, and Peacemaker was great. Did you watch Peacemaker?
No, I heard good things.
Peacemaker was fantastic. Now, we know that with James Gunn's super confusing reboot, relaunch, not a reboot, half a reboot, here we go, that some characters are sticking around. The actor that played Blue Beetle is sticking around as Blue Beetle. Now, the Blue Beetle film is not canon, but that is our Blue Beetle. Viola Davis is going to continue playing Amanda Waller. And John Cena is going to continue playing Peacemaker. And we know that even despite this big reboot and everything's changing and whatever, that there is a Peacemaker season 2 coming. Now, you haven't seen Peacemaker, so I'll just kind of fill you in. The show Peacemaker is, with the exception of the final scene of the last episode, it's pretty much disconnected from the rest of the DCEU. Right? It's kind of off in its own little corner of the universe doing its own thing. In the final moments of the final episode, we get a cameo from Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller, and then we see the silhouettes of Batman and Superman, right? Like the Justice League shows up, and you only see close-ups and hear the voices of Aquaman and Barry. So it kind of made sense to me that this was something you could keep on and continue, and it wouldn't really cause an issue because you just retcon one scene, and all of a sudden your whole show still works. Well, James Gunn took to Threads. Apparently we need to be on Threads if we want to keep up with the comic book news now.
Right.
And he said that Peacemaker Season 2's place in the DCU timeline is that it comes after the events of 2025's Superman movie. Okay, cool. You know, whatever. Takes place after Superman. He then went on to confirm that although Season 2 takes place in the timeline after Superman, Season 1 is not canon to the new DCU.
Goody. So I don't have to watch it.
Look, I still have all the confidence in the world for James Gunn, but I would be lying if I said that it's not starting to get shaken a little. Only because, look, I don't doubt James Gunn's ability to make great films, tell great stories, weave a great universe together. But he's doing his damnedest to make this confusing. Even for...
It's not a firm foundation.
But it's even getting confusing for us, for the people, for the fans, for the people who follow it, for the people who have sort of the follow comic book, understand canon sensibilities like us. It's getting confusing, which means for everybody else, for the people who are going to sell the majority of your tickets, the regular, standard, everyday movie-going audience, nobody understands what's going on right now, James.
And here's the thing that I don't like, that I don't get, because the simplest question.
There's just one thing in all of this that you don't understand?
No,
you're doing great.
No, it's like there's a simple question to that can be asked. That, well, I mean, we're not going to get an answer from James Gunn, but like why?
Why what?
why not a clean sweep? Why is the Blue Beetle guy canon but not the show? Like, why not just say it's not and start fresh? Like, you're starting a new universe.
Yeah.
Like, why are you muddying the waters with this nonsense? Why are you starting off rocky instead of this firm foundation? But
I don't know.
Because you can is not a great isn't an
no.
answer.
It's a garbage answer.
This is a horrible answer.
It's garbage,
right? Like, there's absolutely no reason if Blue Beetle, the movie, isn't canon. Why are you now? I like that actor. He's amazing in.
He did a great job.
It's not Karate Kid. Cobra
Kai. Did you see Blue Beetle?
I didn't.
Okay.
But like, I've seen all of Cobra Kai. I really like the actor. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but like there's no reason to keep him.
Zolo.
Why keep him? Besides, like, if you like him in that role, fine, great. But you're starting in a universe. Why are you keeping him? Right? If you're keeping him, why not keep Henry Cavill as Superman? What? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
The big question put to him at this point is why are you making these choices?
I don't know.
Because they don't make sense.
They don't.
Why is this canon but that's not? And
stop playing with your freaking microphone. Here, listen. You can play with your microphone, but what you need to buy is a shock mount. And instead of the like cheaper boom arm that you have, you need like $150 boom arm. You do those things, I'll let you friggin' play tetherball with the damn microphone. Yeah.
Well, I put this foam stuff in there, and that really helps it.
Yeah.
It does.
Uh-huh.
It does. It doesn't.
It stops.
Doesn't boing as much.
It stops the springs, but it doesn't stop the like.
Well, I mean, it doesn't.
No, stop.
Like, it doesn't sound like that when I do it.
Do you understand that you're creating like
work for you?
30 minutes at a time of work in the editing suite for me?
Apparently not as bad as Pete.
Yeah, Pete's audio was garbage last week. Pete, if you're listening, get your shit together.
Yeah, I'm the golden boy now.
Yeah.
Suck it.
So anyways, it doesn't make any sense. It's super confusing. I don't understand why this is the route that is being taken, but apparently it is.
Yeah.
Moving on. We have an official confirmation and release date for the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know that that's what it's called, but right now we need to affectionately refer to it as Super Mario Bros. Movie
Deuce.
2. Did you say deuce?
Yeah.
Like, as in, like...
Started this episode talking about butts and farts.
Yeah.
Gonna keep it up.
All right.
We're on that train.
So this movie's coming in April of 2026, which makes sense. These animation projects can sometimes take much longer than shooting an actual film takes. So that makes sense. We don't have anything. We don't know which cast members are coming back, which cast members aren't. We don't know what the plot of this film is going to be. But this is one of the things where I kind of wanted to speculate with you. Where do you go?
Well,
aside from killing off Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Or just recasting him. Well, they teased Yoshi.
Right.
So there's a whole Yoshi Island
yeah.
video game that they could kind of spawn some kind of storyline from. Oh, man. As you're kind of introducing this segment.
Yeah.
The segment? Sure. We'll call this segment. My mind was kind of running like, oh, you know, it'd be really cool is if you make the show similar to Mario 2 and that Mario goes on this like really wacky, super bizarre adventure with his friends.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he wakes up.
It was just in the bed and it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. I think that would be like and you could like kind of
wait, like
really
just the second film is a dream, or like
you could
whole
like
thing?
you could really have fun with it, where he like wakes up, he's like, oh, it was just a dream. That's a horrible Mario impression. And then he looks out the window and he realizes he's in the Mushroom Kingdom. He's like, oh man, it wasn't all a dream. And then there's kind of some weird fun there you could have with it.
Yeah,
but like,
good.
But like, yeah, the whole second game is like, you go from the first game and you start playing the second game, and they're almost like there's similarities between the two games, but they're vastly different, really, when you think about when the age they were made in.
Yeah, they're still just platformers.
Like everything was a platforming side scroller for the most part.
Yeah.
So there are vastly different kind of platforming styles with even the art style was vastly different. I think that would be really fun.
Now, do you adopt?
You don't. Even the audience doesn't know it's a dream until like the end. I think that
I was about to ask if you change the art style of the second film, but the art style of the first film was more like modern day 3D graphics Mario.
Yeah,
and wasn't the.
I don't think you'd change
8-bit.
No, I think you just make you just kind of aesthetically, not graphic, like visually. Aesthetically, things just get really weird, like even weirder enemies and all that kind of stuff. And, and it's just the storyline, the premise of whatever he's trying to do could be like really whack. Yeah, and then just like it might feel kind of bait and switchy, right? But I think it'd just be like, well, for a fan of the games, it would be like, oh, this is Super Mario 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. And then you'd have Toad and Peach because they were playable characters in the second one, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the third one? No, the second one.
It was the second one.
The second one you can play as Toad and Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toad and Peach and Luigi and Mario.
I'm on board. Listen, I don't know. Yeah. My mind, when I start thinking about where do you go from here, I start thinking, well, you got like Luigi's Mansion, but they already kind of, I feel like they shot their shot with Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, they had a chance, and
because they already kind of did that.
Yeah, and they're gonna go some kind of Yoshi route.
You could do Dr. Mario.
Here, this would be really cool.
Smash
so
Bros.
You introduce Yoshi as a new protagonist. I don't think you go like
Yoshi.
So
my voice cracked. That was horrible.
I don't think you go Baby Mario Yoshi Island storyline. No. You keep with like. I think it was it, what was it called? Super All-Star Mario or something like that, where you get the cape and you can ride Yoshi. You kind of go that route.
Super All-Star Bros.
But your antagonist, who do you have as an antagonist? Wario and Waluigi. Everybody hates Wario. Well, he's the antagonist.
Nobody ever chooses to play him in Mario Kart, and nobody ever chooses. If you choose to play him in Mario Party, it's an ironic choice. You're choosing him because you know no one likes him. Yeah. No, I like it. Those are both good ideas. Okay, moving on. Now, you have seen. You're not a big horror guy. No. You know what I just realized? We got to get the ball rolling on our new series.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We gotta finish up freaking
Echo.
As
soon as we're done Echo, we'll be done Echo next week, and then we'll hit the ground running. Okay. Question. You're not a horror guy, but how many or any of the Scream movies have you seen? None. Okay. But you're aware of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was a point in time where every third kid at Halloween had the ghost face mask.
I'm very much well aware of them and the spoof movies that followed.
Yeah. What's up? Now, for the first 5 films, 4, how many Scream movies are there?
7.
There are currently 6.
Isn't there one coming out?
There will be.
Yeah,
which
I'm right.
means there's only currently 6. For the first 5 Scream movies, they were all kind of, there was other characters that came and went, but Neve Campbell's Sidney Prescott was kind of the, the iconic thing is Ghostface's voice going, "Hi, Sidney," right? Like it's,
Okay.
Anyway, so Neve Campbell was the star.
Was she like in all of them?
She was in all of them, right?
Is she still in all of them? Like,
here's the thing.
in the new one?
She wasn't in Scream 6, and it was a big deal that she wasn't in Scream 6.
Was she Ghostface Killer?
No, she just wasn't in the film. It was Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera's characters who were introduced in Scream 5 and starred alongside Neve Campbell. But when Scream 6 came along, Neve Campbell refused. She wouldn't sign the deal because basically they offered her an amount of money, and Neve said, "Look,
You need me.
I am your franchise, right? I'm the main character of your franchise. I'm worth more than that. Pay up."
Mm-hmm.
And the studio said, "Okay, we don't need you."
Goodbye.
And they made Scream 6 without Neve Campbell. And I went to see Scream 6 in the theaters, and I will tell you that I was very surprised when the movie ended, and I thought to myself, that was fine. Like, I didn't... You notice that Sydney's character wasn't there, but I didn't... At no point did I miss Neve Campbell. At no point was I going, well, this isn't very good because Neve's not here. Well, Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, who were supposed to be like they were building up, that Scream 6 ended with this big kind of cliffhanger, like, oh my gosh, and spoiler alert, Melissa Barrera's character is no, because you and I, Scream's on the list, so I'm not gonna, anyways.
Oh, goody.
So they were setting up to like continue down this path, right, with these two characters. Well, Melissa Barrera's Melissa Barrera was fired from the Scream franchise. So she's not going to be in Scream 7. She was fired for some pro-Palestine comments. She got a little too political online, said some things the studio wasn't happy with. Studio let her go. Jenna Ortega has dropped out. Scheduling conflicts, quote unquote. Anyways,
that Addams Family business is big money.
That left, and Beetlejuice. She's in the new Beetlejuice,
she's in
right?
Beetlejuice too. Yeah.
She's like Tim Burton's new. She's the new
Johnny Depp.
No, she's the new Helena Bonham Carter, right? So that leaves Scream without its hero, without its main character.
No protagonist.
And so out comes the news that Neve Campbell is returning to the Scream franchise.
Woohoo!
And I'm telling you right now,
Campbell fans are freaking.
They are. Scream fans are freaking out. And I will tell you what is great about this story. Because exactly the way this went down was, I don't know this, I wasn't in the room, but I think it can be inferred that the studio approached Neve, or Neve's representation, and said, "Hey, so you think you'd want to come back to Scream?
We need you. Please come back."
And Neve, or Neve's agent or manager or whatever, said, "Yeah, Neve would be interested for sure. By the way, her fees just quadrupled." And obviously the studio said, okay. Because
we need you,
Neve
please.
Campbell is coming back to Scream. Obviously, I'm more excited about this than you are because you don't know the show or the franchise.
Don't care.
You will. You'll know it.
Apparently.
You'll have fun with it. It's just
the thought of watching Scream isn't.
It's a
daunting.
slasher. It's a slasher.
Yeah, it's more of a thriller than a horror.
Well, and not just that, but each movie in the series is a whodunit.
Yeah.
Right? Because the killer changes every, So anyways, so you have no comments, eh? You don't get... Okay. But funny that, no doubt, Neve is asking for a lot more money, or is getting paid a lot more money for Scream 7 than what she was originally asking for Scream 6. Moving on, Venom 3 is coming.
Nice.
It has moved up to an October release date. It's coming this October.
Ooh,
October 25th.
That's fun.
And we have an official title.
Hit me.
Venom: The Last Dance. I'm not kidding. That's what it's called.
So there's going to be a dance-off?
And I also have no idea what the hell it means.
Is he going to have a dance-off, or is there a pretty lady he wants to dance with?
Does this make any sense to you?
Captain America's Last Dance.
Is it a reference to... Well, no, I think Star-Lord shows up. And
Peggy Carter is going to be Venom.
Like,
dance
we're coming...
with Steve Rogers.
Like, I just don't...
It's a weird title.
I don't know.
It sounds like a title you use to wrap up a show or a trilogy, right? Like, okay, there's no more Venom like after this. Yeah.
Right. So
of course it won't be. There'll be some Sony-esque post credits to keep it going.
Juno Temple, who is the actress that plays, she's in Venom: The Last Dance, and she is playing... Maybe we don't know. We don't know who she's playing. But her quote says, teasing that filming is almost complete, she says, we're coming close to an end at the moment. It's been a wild, wonderful ride. It's so new to me. It's a big set. This is crazy. It's been so much fun. I got to work with such cool people. I've been so lucky in my career just to have the most incredible casts. I can't wait for it to get out into the world. I think it's going to be a good one. So that's the only quote we have. There's nothing about like, hey, you know what, Venom, this was always supposed to be a 3-story arc, and it's, blah, 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 and like, we can't wait for it to tie into Morbius 2, and like, I don't know. So there's nothing, there's no comic storyline that you can think of or anything.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I like Venom as a character, but I honestly haven't read any of the Venom comics, the standalone Venom comics. So, yeah. I bet you Tim DeArmond might have a thought on it, though. I know he's read quite a bit of the Venom comics.
Screen Rant says, Venom 3's new title makes a massive cameo rumor even more important.
Like, they're talking about hero/villain cameo. The only rumors I've heard about new comic characters potentially introduced is Anti-Venom.
Oh, this is a stupid article. It's just saying that if this is Tom Hardy's last ride as a character, then this would be their last chance to potentially introduce Venom to Peter Parker. That's all this.
What would be cooler? And because a Peter Parker hasn't really been shown in the Venomverse yet, outside of that stupid post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Is you keep Spider-Man out of the Venomverse, right?
Yeah.
Who else has been Venom?
Well, Peter,
but we're keeping Spider-Man out. Flash Thompson.
Has he?
Flash Thompson has been Venom for quite a long run in the Venomverse as Agent Venom. That would be very cool.
Huh.
So the storyline. I don't know at what point he gets the venom. I think it's after this, but there's a story arc where he goes to war as a U.S. In the U.S. military, and he loses both his legs, and then at some point he gains the Venom symbiote, and he becomes Agent Venom, and he works for S.H.I.E.L.D. And it's really it's Venom with guns.
Venom owned by the government.
It's a little bit edgelordy, but the character's a lot deeper than that. That kind of pulls him out of that edgelordness. But it's a cool looking character. It's a cool spin on the Venom superhero as an anti-hero. I think that'd be really cool. Like if it's Tom Hardy's last Venom, and you're going to kind of write out Eddie Brock, but you want to keep making Venom films.
Yeah.
Do a Flash Thompson Venom trilogy.
See, this is the thing that's so great and weird and wonderful about comic books is they just do like some of the craziest, baddiest shit. Because I'm looking up here who all has been the host for Venom, and it lists like Scorpion and all this stuff. And obviously this one I'm about to say they can't do because it's Sony and this is a Marvel thing and they don't, whatever.
That's what I think.
But apparently in the comics, Malekith.
Oh.
Like the dark elf from Thor, the Dark World.
I didn't know that.
Has been. Seems scary to me.
Do you know, in terms of comic book canon, who Venom's first host was?
Oh, it's not Peter?
No. So for a long time, it was Peter. Peter gained him found him on Battle World. The storyline briefly is Peter's suit was beat to crap. He needed a new one. The other hero said, oh yeah, there's like a machine over there that'll give you a new suit. He goes over to the machine, he hits a button, this capsule comes out, and it's got black goo in it, and it attaches to him, and he's now got the Venom suit. That's how he gets the Venom suit, essentially.
So I have listed as different hosts.
Hang on.
Well, I'm going to guess. And you tell me if it's one of these. I've got...
So somebody wore him before that.
Mysterio?
No.
Groot, Rocket, Raccoon, and Drax.
No. So there's a huge list because of
Doc Ock.
No.
Red Hulk.
No.
Miss Marvel.
No. Hang on. Okay. You've had enough.
Scarlet
guesses.
Spider.
No. So there's a whole bunch of people who wore Venom or had a Venom symbiote because of the
Galactus was
King
venomized.
I can't remember what. There was a whole storyline about Null, the king of the symbiotes, the guy who created the symbiotes.
Okay.
So because of that whole story arc, lots of people ended up wearing Venom or symbiote stuff. So some of those probably it might be Venom. Some of them it might not be.
Okay. So
but anyway, Deadpool. And it's why Venom's crazy. Why Venom's a little loopy is because his first host was Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah. So there was a Deadpool comic. I can't remember. I think it's a little more recent, but like the storyline is before Peter got to the machine that gave him his capsule with the venom in it, Deadpool had went up to it apparently and got the suit and wore it for a little bit, and either the suit rejected him or he rejected the suit and put it back, and then Peter Parker picked it up.
There's no way they're doing that, but oh my God. That would be insane.
But like in the comics, it's why Venom's always the symbiote part of Venom.
Yeah.
Is always a little loopy.
All right, moving on.
He entered the messed up mind of Deadpool.
Now, the MCU is something you and I have talked about ad nauseum in terms of oversaturation.
Oh yeah.
And we're not the only ones that have felt that way, because when Bob Iger took back over...
Kind of looking forward to this year.
When Bob Iger, where you've got Deadpool.
Yeah. And some DC stuff.
X-Men 97.
Yeah.
And then crickets.
They might bang out another What If.
Now, yeah. Let's make the story make less sense. And then the guys in their mom's basement, shut up, it makes perfect sense. Okay. We're not the only ones that feel this way. Because when Bob Iger took back over for Bob Chapek, one of the things that Bob Iger said, and you and I talked about, was that Bob was not happy with the fact that after he had left, Disney's mandate seemed to have become quantity over quality.
Yeah.
Just start spamming shit out. I think that's why we got the Moon Knight series. I think that's why we got the She-Hulk series. I think that's why we got a number of things. Now.
Yeah. And I think it was like not only spam crap out, but like let anybody not fully allowing the vetting process on who's making this stuff.
Well, there was something though.
Some of these people have no idea who these characters are, and they're doing whatever the hell.
But there was something that came out this week about that Bob Chapek was mandating a certain number of content for Disney Plus and a certain number of whatever every year, and they're just stupid numbers. Numbers. Now,
the other thing, I don't think it's in here. I don't know. But
let me introduce the topic. Let me introduce the topic,
and then I'll say my piece.
Marvel was one of the things in the crosshairs of Bob Iger when he came back. He says, "Listen, we are going to dole back on the amount of content that we're putting out. We're going to make sure that the content that we're putting out is well thought out and is good quality content that we want to put out." Well, it would appear that we're starting to... You're disgusting.
I've been holding that one in for a while. I don't
know if the listener...
I couldn't help that one. I had to let it go. I'm holding my urine. I'm holding in a fart. Something's got to give.
We're going to have to let you go. Jeez.
We never had this problem when we did it over the phone.
No. We might regress. It seems like we're starting to see the beginning of these cuts because there is a rumor going around that there are 3 larger, one of them maybe not as large, but the other 2, some prominent MCU franchises that are not going to be seeing any more sequels. Starting with the lesser one, although one that is still problematic in terms of, whatever, is the Eternals. Apparently there isn't going to be a sequel for the Eternals. Now, I understand that because the Eternals underperformed. It was a very divisive film. However, so now we're just never going to talk about the giant celestial sticking out of the ocean.
I think you can address the Eternals stuff without making a second Eternals movie, though.
Yeah, okay, but what about like the Black Knight, and what about like they teed up so much?
Yeah, but like Black Knight can easily be addressed in Blade,
and Harry Styles, Thanos' brother,
and that again, so you can address that in like some other spacefaring comic line.
Guess
like you could do another Guardians or something like that, right? Like these. A lot of these storylines can be addressed elsewhere. A good example from kind of Infinity Saga would be Captain America Civil War. Right?
Yeah.
Captain America Civil War had like a Captain America storyline, but they also threaded in a lot of other characters' storylines into that, like and gave them major plot beats, right? Like the whole Wanda part, like you're dealing with Wanda's story arc without giving her her own TV show or movie.
Yeah.
Right? You can wrap up those loose ends elsewhere.
For sure. All right. So where a good place to wrap up Thanos' brother would have been, but we're not going to get, if this rumor is true, a third Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah. Something like that.
Apparently, we're not going to get a third Captain Marvel movie. Now, and that's interesting to me because
Well, after the last one.
After the last one, no, 100%. But listen, that's interesting because the question becomes, listen, if we are doling back on Captain Marvel, it reopens the question, who the hell is leading the new Avengers? Who's the leader of the Avengers? I don't think it's going to be Captain Marvel if they're going, well, we're not going to make any more Captain Marvel movies. To me, that says we're going to start downplaying that character. So I don't think it's Captain Marvel anymore. And Captain Marvel, even though, hasn't put in the most number of hours in terms of the team, is probably the most qualified one to run the Avengers.
You could upgrade Doctor Strange's role.
But Doctor Strange is the official word is that Doctor Strange isn't even an Avenger, right? Doctor Strange isn't a part of the Avengers.
It doesn't mean he can't be one.
Well, but you don't go from not being an Avenger to leading. He's not the
Sorcerer Supreme at the moment. He's got free time.
Yeah, he's on Indeed looking for jobs.
He's
at the
on
moment.
Fiverr.
and apparently we're not getting an Ant-Man 4 now. Again, after
figure.
Ant-Man 3, it doesn't surprise me. But this makes me wonder, and I'm thinking back to something that you and I had talked about. We had heard some insider information that Kevin Feige is going to use Secret Wars as sort of a way of trimming back, of a sort of a what's the word I'm looking for?
Retcon?
No. Well, sort of.
Soft retcon.
But a way to sort of go in and thin out the herd, right? To bring back, to say goodbye to some characters that we're going to say goodbye to, and potentially see some characters again that we never thought we'd see again, right? And we started talking about, wow, yeah, it was Secret Wars and the multiverse and whatever. Reboot. You could bring Captain America back, you could bring Tony back, you could do all these things, right? And we're not saying you should, but those are things that you could do. You could bring... and
you can bring them back as other actors, too.
Yeah, you could bring...
Because it's potential otherverse actors.
You could bring Natasha back. You could bring, whatever. Is this a sign that Captain Marvel, the Eternals characters, whatever, they never met anyone. It could be a one and done story, right? They did their bit.
Yeah.
They're off. They're citizens now. They're civilians. They're doing whatever. Is Ant-Man and Captain Marvel gonna get the axe? Or is Secret Wars gonna be a way of killing those characters off and getting rid of them?
I mean, leading up to Secret Wars, you'll probably see them in cameo roles, post-credit scenes, cameos, bit parts.
But if you're not going to make another Captain America or Captain Marvel movie, and you're not going to make another Ant-Man movie, and you have this big event movie where supposedly you're going to use it to offload a bunch of characters.
Yeah. Yes, Secret War, man, because there's two Secret Wars, right? The Secret War that happened way, way back was very different than the Secret War we got.
There's many more than two Secret Wars, but the rest of those are just really secret. You don't know about them.
But so when we're talking about Secret Wars, I think we're talking I think most people are assuming that the Secret Wars that MCU keeps kind of hinting at is the newer one,
right?
Which, I mean, it feels like you're an opportunity for a fresh start.
All right,
but
so we may lose those characters. You had something though,
yeah. So, I mean, I had two things I was gonna say. Yeah, so I watched a video on this from one of my breakdown junkie kind of YouTubers. They were breaking down this news, and they were kind of, one of the guys was kind of saying like, these are the things that he's kind of, from whatever rumors and stuff he's heard, are getting cut. And these three were on that chopping block, but he also was theorizing that things like Agatha was going to get cut, and What was another big one? It was it was a little while ago, a week ago, I think, that I watched this video. There was a couple on there that were kind of like shockers. Like, oh, really? Oh, Ironheart, Armor Wars. Like, there were a couple like kind of big ones that he was theorizing from things that he's heard in the rumor mill are going to get either quietly shelled or on this chopping block.
I mean, Agatha would be an interesting one. Agatha's shot.
Mm-hmm.
They're done filming.
But it wouldn't be the first time that a film has been shot and can't.
No, I know.
Like, studios do it all the time for tax write-offs.
I'm just checking the
right. The fact that the names changed more times than I have fingers on one hand is not great news. It's not a great sign for it.
No.
But yeah, it was an interesting video. I should see if I could find it and send it to you.
Because Armor Wars was originally going to be a TV series, and then we heard that was going to be a film instead.
Oh, Shang-Chi 2. That was another one that he
really
theorized.
I died.
That one seemed like a tough pill because it was out of all the kind of ups and downs we've gone through with MCU. That was one of the ups, right?
Yeah.
But if they're looking to clean house on things that haven't come out yet and really kind of streamline the future of the MCU, Shang-Chi's not a big player, really.
And they're pretty much done filming Ironheart too. There'd be a lot of shot projects.
Yeah.
Being
like
discarded.
there was I'm going to see if I can find that video and send it to you after this. You'll have to remind me. Because yeah, there was a bunch of shockers. Like the main host was kind of had him come on and he's kind of like every once in a while comes on and talks and theorizes and breaks stuff down.
Send it my way.
But the main host was like, "What? Really? You think that?" And yeah, to a couple of things.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We've gotten our first trailer for The Crow remake.
Yeah.
Starring Bill Skarsgård.
Oh my goodness.
Skarsgård.
Yes.
Bill Skarsgård.
Hollywood royalty.
Bill Skarsgård. I love Bill Skarsgård. He, of course, played Pennywise in the It films. Have you seen those?
Yep.
Really?
Not the newest one. I've seen the first one. The first remake.
The first remake? But you didn't see Chapter 2.
Not where they're grown up, no.
With Bill Hader, man.
Yeah.
You like Bill Hader.
I like Bill Hader.
Here's the thing about this Crow trailer. It's causing controversy online, obviously, because it's a remake. And so people are upset. They're obviously looking at it going, well, this Bill Skarsgård's not Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee is dead.
To which my response to Bill Skarsgård is not Brandon Lee is, well, no shit. Brandon Lee, who famously passed away as a result of an accident from filming The Crow.
Yeah. So hang on, real quick. Did you see the original
So here's the thing. So this is what I was going to say. I've never seen The Crow.
Okay. Did you see the TV show?
I've never seen anything about The Crow. I'm aware of The Crow, and I've been aware that this new Crow film, this thing's been in production for ever.
So just prefacing, like I haven't seen the movie. I'm very aware of the movie because I've seen a lot of the show. And I really enjoyed that. That was like my early teen years, and yeah, this thing was. So it was kind of like really fun for me to watch as a young teen, being like, "What is it?" And it wasn't as gory or graphic as this
looks like it's
a
going to be
TV show.
Yeah.
It was like
this thing
8
was
o'clock.
announced in 2012.
time slot. Was it really?
It was. And it's
I think I remember that.
different
actually.
actors and this had
it's been in
changed
production
and
hell.
like
Yeah.
all this, whatever. Brandon Lee passed away as a result of a gunshot wound on the set of different to if you read up on the details, it different circumstances than the Rust kind of thing. There was a bullet and it, blah blah blah. I mean, the trailer looks
Rust
good.
will never see the light of day. The Crow is
I don't know, man.
classic.
I don't know. It may still come out.
You think?
It may still come out.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. The Armorer has been found guilty. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen much.
So the trial's ongoing right now.
The trial.
And the Armorer has been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Okay.
And
that makes sense.
Baldwin is still like that hasn't been resolved yet.
I hear it. The only thing I've heard is that it's not looking good for Baldwin.
I don't know.
But that's like conjecture from an individual who is not a legal scholar.
I haven't been following it enough to know how things are looking for anyone. I've read the headlines and the article about anyways. So I don't know. I mean, this looks good. It looks good from the perspective of someone who has never seen any.
The trailer is banging.
I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the show.
Oh man, the trailer's so good.
But I think it looks good. This is the part where I ask you what your thoughts are.
I already said it, man.
Not let me give mine. And
this is such a. Yeah, this looks like a great action revenge flick, man. Oh.
And I love Bill Skarsgård.
Like this, man. It makes me want to watch the original Crow.
Sure.
Like, and even though it's a lot grittier and gorier than the TV show, it kind of gives me those TV show vibes.
Well, we could do that. We could watch The Crow. We could watch and review The Crow in anticipation.
Well, it's
going
to go on my list, even though I haven't seen it. It's going to go on our
list. Okay,
on the list. Yeah.
All right, moving on to our second last topic. Hollywood's biggest wiener, James Marsden.
Your best friend. Oh, you're so lovely.
And we've just been rewatching the X-Men movies, right?
Yeah.
And look, I know they did Cyclops a disservice in those.
Such a disservice.
But he's such a Wolverine puts it perfectly in the first X-Men film where Mystique is running around the Statue of Liberty and has taken form of Logan, and no one's really sure who's who at this point. And Scott and Jean are in one room, and Logan comes in, and they they don't immediately trust that it's him, and he goes, whoa, it's me. And Scott says, prove it. And Logan just looks at him and goes, you're a dick. And Scott goes, okay. Right? Like, he puts it perfectly. Scott's a dick. He's a dick and a wiener and a whatever, a whole whatever.
People look at him all right. In the comics, he is.
Oh, for sure.
He's as good a fighter, if not sometimes better than Captain America. He doesn't have his strength, and he's one of the best strategists in Marvel Comics.
Right.
Like he's when most some of the best strategists in Marvel Comics are thinking like 18 moves ahead, he's got the game all thought out.
Right. So
he's like Batman. How Batman's got plans on plans on plans. That's Scott Summers in the comics.
James Marsden was recently interviewed, having just wrapped Sonic 3. They just finished shooting Sonic 3.
Good for him.
And he says, we just wrapped, actually.
That movie's going to be fun.
Yeah. Someone was asking him about Sonic 3, and he said, we just wrapped, actually. We were actually near the Deadpool production stages up there in Pinewood. Yeah, this is a little bit of a Pandora's box, he says. And then someone asked him, they prodded about like, there's a rumor like there's all these cameos and Storm might be back, and like, what about Cyclops? Like, is Cyclops going to show up?
Donning the visor.
And James Marsden said, yeah, I keep hearing about it. I can't walk down the street without somebody asking me. So evidently, there's a lot of chatter about that.
That's not a yes. That's not a no.
I mean...
Oh, man.
I don't know. Again, I never see... If he's not in this, if he's not in Deadpool 3, aside from Ryan Reynolds... having James Marsden's family in the scope of a sniper saying, if anyone asks you, even though you're not in this, if anyone asks you, just play stupid. I don't see a reason, if James Marsden's not in it, I don't see a reason for James Marsden not to say, nobody call, like, I
don't know.
I haven't heard anything, right? Like, I haven't heard anything. This to me sounds like...
without being prompted, he even drops the line, yeah, we were shooting near Deadpool.
Yeah. To me, this sounds like the response of someone who has already said a little bit more than he's supposed to say.
Over 50, he's over 75.
So, my thoughts are, yeah, he's totally in this.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a brief, like it was a one-day shoot, small
similar
cameo.
to Deadpool 2, where like they close the shutters.
Oh, with
and all the X-Men are there.
The door, yeah. What are your thoughts?
He's got to be in it after that.
Totally in this.
Yeah, doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. It's a really good kind of politically correct non-answer.
Yeah,
but like he dropped the Deadpool show movie without being prompted.
Even if he's just in it long enough for like Logan to
give him the finger with the claw,
give him the finger with the claws, or like take his bike without asking, or like some sort of like nod to. All right, sticking with X-Men for our final topic. How did my segues today?
They're pretty good. Yeah, you're on
I mean,
point.
The crow was just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah. I was expecting it to come at the end, but yeah, you just chucked it in.
Well, it didn't seem like, Okay. Yeah. So X-Men 97, it's here. It's happening. So X-Men 97, everyone, the first responses that we've heard is super positive. Everyone's super stoked on this show. Marvel seems really happy with it. Everyone's stoked on this. X-Men 97 showrunner, Bo DeMeo. Days before X-Men 97 launched, was fired. Now, not only... Put your phone down. Look at me. Listen. I'm about to tell you what the article says.
I'm reading it.
Not only was the show about to come out, Season 2 is written. Bo DeMeo was starting on ideas, storyboarding for Season 3. Everyone's super happy with this guy. Super happy with the show. Everything's going great. And then all of a sudden, Bo DeMeo departs from X-Men 97. Now, there are scenarios where creative figures will leave projects and the response that's given is, or the reason that's given is creative differences. And sometimes that's true.
Yeah, we talked about a couple of shows like that.
Sometimes I wanted to do this and they wanted to do that, and I just don't think we were going to see eye to eye, so we went our separate ways. Yeah. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think the most recent one we've talked about in that circumstance would be the Avatar Last Airbender.
Yes.
Live action.
Now, days before a show launches, he's already written Season 2. They're storyboarding Season 3. This is not creative differences. This is not, we just didn't see eye to eye. this is something different. Now, we don't have an official answer for what happened. Clearly something happened. But there are reports. And those reports suggest that Bo DeMeo had, I don't know, an OnlyFans account.
Right.
And that supposedly, potentially, Bo DeMeo posted some naughty pictures of himself on that OnlyFans account. And that maybe Marvel, Disney, whatever, found out about it. And now Bo DeMeo is no longer the showrunner. Now, we don't know if this is true, right? This is a rumor, but it seems to be the predominant rumor. It's a rumor that has some legs. And I have a number of thoughts. Thought number one is, you know, he's the showrunner for a comic book show.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the Pope. He's not the president. He's not a kindergarten teacher. But even then, even if he was a kindergarten teacher, like, I still don't know. Like, people have private lives and people have things that they do and people, you know, like, whatever. Right? And part of me thinks, if this is true, let's assume it's true, just for the sake of this discussion. If this is true, part of me wants to say, so what? Right? The guy had an OnlyFans photo and he posted pictures of his butt or whatever. Right? So what? So what? I don't know if that's worthy of being fired over. Right?
Yeah.
The other part of me goes, what were you doing?
Yeah.
You are, you know, you're working for Disney, right?
Yeah.
And you know that the show that you're working on is a cartoon for Disney, right? And like, you know, and I don't know. I like, if this is true, I don't know if they just found out and then they fired him, like he was there one day and then the next he wasn't. I don't know if somebody found out and then approached him and said, hey, it's come to our attention that your penis is on the internet. I don't know if you know this, but we're Disney.
We have standards.
You know, the Mouse House.
Well, and here's the really interesting thing I'm finding in this specific article, though, is that there's a section here that says many are claiming that the content on his OnlyFans is not explicit. It doesn't show sexual content.
No, but it could just be the, you know, but like, it's the branding.
OnlyFans has got a dirty rap. It's got
for sure
between the sheets dirty rap, right? But like, it was originally started for creators to produce content for subscribing fans.
Yeah, it was like Patreon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what your account is for.
My OnlyFans?
Your OnlyFans account.
I don't have it. I don't know what
for your miniature.
I definitely don't have that, and I don't appreciate the accusation.
For your miniatures painting. But this is what I'm saying. Look, like you were just like, oh, you know, OnlyFans isn't all about that.
Yes, because of the connotation.
Because there's
But that's that's a major thing, right? But what I think the point I'm trying to make here is, if his content wasn't explicit, then that firing is unjustified. If he's using OnlyFans, or even if it's an inactive account and he was originally using it for OnlyFans original purposes.
Yeah.
Right. And then somebody found out about it. And because of what OnlyFans has become, now he's getting screwed by it.
Right.
So like my gut makes me think there's something more to it.
Right.
Right. If people are claiming that there's nothing explicit on his OnlyFans, and that is true, then there's no reason to fire him. And I don't see Disney firing him just because he has an OnlyFans account.
But here's the thing.
Especially if there's not explicit content on it.
And again, and like I said, I'm on both sides of this, right? I'm on the, like, you're working for Disney, right? Like, you're like, whatever. And I don't know, maybe someone from Disney approached him and said, hey, like, we'd like you to disappear that account. And Bo said, no, screw you. In which case, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a devil's advocate part inside of me that is like, okay, let's say he had an OnlyFans account. Let's say he did post or was posting a couple of explicit photos on it, right? And explicit, like, what does that even mean, right? Like, just a full-bodied nude of himself? Like, is he a nudist and he's posting a full-body nude of himself? That's one thing. Is he posting an image of himself where he's erect doing sexual acts? That's a different thing. But so let's just say there's a naked photo of him on there, right? Like a non-sexual naked photo of him. And let's say Disney doesn't approach him, or let's say they even do approach him and say like, hey, you got to get rid of this. And he says, I'm not breaching my contract, right? There's nothing in my contract saying that I can't do this. This is my personal life. This is my whatever else. And I'm doing this. There's a part of me that is like, is even under those circumstances, is it a just firing if that is the case, right? But then, like I said, I am aware the other side of me is very firmly planted in the camp of like, but what were you thinking?
Yeah. And when it comes to the firing thing, see, I don't think I'm super torn here in what I'm about to say, but the idea of kind of cancel culture, like firing people because of something they've said or done on the internet, I'm not a big fan of it because of like what you said, like that's personal life.
It's his own friggin' life.
I'm allowed to have an opinion, right?
Yeah.
There is a flip side to that. There's a company, a private company that has, I guess they're publicly traded, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're a company that has an image that they want to maintain. And just like any business, they can hire and fire whoever they want whenever they want. Right. And
yeah, but you can sue for
wrongful dismissal.
Wrongful dismissal.
Gina Carano's doing that right now.
Yeah.
Right. With her being let go. Right. So there is that. Right. But so I think the companies need to have good reason.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Gina Carano's is just words. If his is sexually explicit acts,
yeah,
that's a little bit more tarnishing than an individual's opinion.
But if it's hidden behind a paywall on a site that, like, I don't know much about OnlyFans, but my understanding of OnlyFans is it like, excuse me, I think you have to know of someone's user. Like, I don't think it's like Facebook where you can just find people, where you can just be like, oh, suggest people to me. I don't think that's how OnlyFans works.
I've never been on the site.
And neither have I, but that's kind of my understanding of it, is that it's not like, and there's safeguards put in place for, because I knew someone who used to do it, and you could have it so like nobody even in your own province or state is able to access your content and stuff. Like, I don't know, regardless.
Yes, because VPNs care about that.
But then, but you get into this, I don't know, you get into this whole thing where, like, this is an extreme example for sure. But I think there's some similarities where if, let's say, all of a sudden Disney was bought out by one guy. One guy owns Disney, and that guy is super hardcore atheist, anti-religion. And he decides, whether it's good for the company or not, it'd be probably a bad image, an unaccepting image to put out there. But for the sake of argument, let's say he decides, I'm gonna fire all of our creatives that have religious beliefs. Mm-hmm. That'd be super wrongful dismissal. Like,
that's wrongful dismissal for sure, if you can prove it.
But why is that different? At the end of the day, like, I understand it's different, but at the end of the day, what somebody believes is right for them, their morals, their values, what they
I'm not saying his dismissal is right, but if he's going to seek legal action in the way that Gina Carano is seeking legal action, there is the burden of proof lies on the accuser.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right? Like, she needs to prove that their dismissal of her was wrong.
Yeah.
He would need to prove the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Which sometimes is, depending on whatever it is hard to prove that.
Yeah.
Especially something like, I don't like Gina Carano's dismissal. I think it was bogus. I think she's got an uphill battle to prove it was wrong.
Oh, I think so.
Because here's the thing. The studio can easily say, no. Like, when they let them go, whatever the reason is, if there a reason, whatever reason they give for dismissal, if it's vague enough or clever enough, then it's almost then they can let them, like, we're on Gina Carano. Let's keep using her.
She's been, example. Which, by the way, to your point, that firing happened a while ago. Yeah. Like, it's a lengthy process with a lot of,
But if they told her, if their reason for firing her is, we're taking this show in a different direction, or we're not going to run this show anymore.
Yeah. Then you've got nothing. Need you. Then you've got nothing.
Right? It doesn't matter what you think they fired you for. The reason they gave you is airtight.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bald-faced lie, that's their legal reason that they gave you for letting you go.
Yeah. 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 It's hard to say. Obviously, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it helps when, Gina's case is she's receiving legal funding from Elon Musk.
Yeah. That helps.
That helps.
That helps. Expensive lawyers help.
Yeah. That can make a big difference. Anyways, that's the news. Oh, it's worth repeating. We don't know. Yeah. It has not been confirmed that Bo DeMeo had an OnlyFans account. Even if he does have an OnlyFans account, there's no confirmation that was the reason for firing. It could be
Disney's not going to tell us why they let people go.
No.
Technically, we don't know why they let Gina Carano go.
Bo DeMeo would have to come out and say, hey, look, this is what happened.
And even if he says that could be his interpretation of what they're saying.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter or X or whatever. The company owned by the guy that's funding Gina.
I think it's safe just to call it X now.
We have a Patreon page where
you tweet
for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. Buy Carl a new boom mic, and don't. No, please. No, come on. No.
I won't touch the spring on the arm.
Bastard.
I'll touch yours.
And we have merch.
Yes, clothing to put on your body.
So that Disney doesn't fire you.
So that Disney doesn't fire you. Yeah.